Hi guys, and welcome back to the Honey Herd YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Paul and this is my first year as a beekeeper, starting from scratch as a complete beginner. So far I've been so lucky with my hive inspection days. It's been warm, the sun's been shining and the bees have been out foraging. Unfortunately that is not the case today. It is overcast, it's about 15 degrees, there's a chance of rain later on in the day and the bees don't seem very active at the entrance. So I'm expecting some really grumpy bees today. So I'm going to get the thicker gloves on, I'm going to get the smoker lit, and let's get the veil on and check out these bees. Okay guys, so here we are at Hive 1. Last week I performed a demo on this, and ever since I left the apiary, I've been kicking myself thinking I've done this too early. There was a lot of bees in there, but I'm just not sure whether it was the right move. Okay, let's have a look at this top box. So outside frame, they've just started to draw that out. Nothing really going on that. I said I'm going to give these clips a go, so let's have a little go here. First of all though, let's move. I brought the thicker gloves just in case I need them today. We'll see how the bees are, see if they're showing any signs of aggression. If so, I might switch to the thicker gloves. Let's take this frame out. So this is frame 2, fully drawn out, just with a small amount of capped stores in there. Put this down here. Next frame in. Let's quick look in here. Next frame in is a frame of wax foundation that I bought in, and that is mostly drawn out. With some uncapped stores in the top there. I am not going to dilly-dally in here today. I'm going to move as quick as I can because the weather conditions are pretty bad for today. Mostly in this top box I'm just looking for emergency cells. That's all I'm really interested in. Some pollen in here. A little bit of weight to this frame. Very big drones in here. Still got some cap brood, just a very little bit, but and some uncapped brood, but mostly they're filling this now with pollen. There's a little bit of cap brood here on the edge, with a little queen cup here with nothing in it. Quick look at this frame here. A few drones. And on the other side, still a little bit of cap brood in here. And some stores around the outside. So still some cap brood in the top. And remember, this was the original brood box from downstairs, which I just added some, swapped in this couple of frames, which this is the original brood box from downstairs, and it just had this. And what have we got in here? Oh, some cap brood in here. Some young larvae. Thankfully so far I'm not seeing any emergency cells, which I did expect to see. Lots of cap brood on this side. Some drones in there, some drone brood, lots of pollen, lots of bit of stores on the outside. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is frame 7. So this is the outskirts of the original brood nest. Well, it looks like we've got an emergency cell in here, and the bees have got their heads in. So I am going to just take that down. See if I can get it on camera here for you somewhere. Now I was planning on shaking these frames off. Wow, the size of that drone there, it's got blue on him. It's really crazy. Shaking these frames off to make sure I don't miss any. Oh look, there's another queen cup getting built there. So yeah, I think and then 1, 2, so like frame 8, quite heavy frame, packed full of pollen. Some stores around the outside, capped a little bit here. Lots of pollen in this frame. And then frame 9. Again, absolutely packed full of bee bread. Looks slightly different to the pollen. And empty on the outside with, stores around the outside. Not much else. So I'm going to go back through now. I'm just going to take down any cups that I see. Absolutely anything that resembles a queen cup, because in this top box here they're going to be emergency cells. No good for making splits with. So let's have a look at this now. Yeah, so here we have given my different hive tool a go today. Let's see, yeah, this one has got a larvae in it. So that's an emergency queen cell, which the bees are all looking at now, like what's going on here. So that would have been capped, probably would have been turned into an emergency queen. And I think what's best is that I shake this frame off. There's another one just here. Again with a larvae in it. So because I've moved them so far away from the queen, And I think just to be safe, I'm going to give this a little shake. And they're not going to like it. It's the first time I've ever shaken a frame off. That's no good. Let's try this. I'm not too happy I've done that. However, I really need to make sure that there are no emergency queen cells on here. Some uncapped brood. It's like a drone on me there. And look, it's a good job I shook them off. Look, 2 more cups here which I did not see, and all along the edge here, and they've all got something in. Apart from these ones on the edge here. There's a lot of cups on here. So I'm really happy I've shaken that off, because I would have missed 1, 2, 3 or 4 3 or 4 emergency cells there. So me thinking it would be fine just to look without shaking it off would have been a really rookie mistake. However, I've done that now. It's the first time shaking off a frame. I know it wasn't great, guys, but I wasn't quite sure how hard to shake them. And I feel like I'm going to have to do the same. Oh, my arm's aching after holding that frame. I feel like I'm going to have to do the same on this, because there was an emergency cell on here. So lots of potential queen cups down here. So I'm just not going to risk anything. These aren't charged with anything. Another one's right in there. Just going to take them all down. I'm not going to leave anything to chance here. I'm not seeing anything else. Oh, what's this? Nothing in it. Let's get this back in. One last check. Fair bit of cat brood on here and some larvae, which are obviously too old for a decent queen, but it's only been 6 days since I performed a demoray on this. I'm just going to check the next frame along again. I'm just going to need shaking off as well. There's a potential cups on there. So Nothing in that one. Another one down here. I don't think there's anything in. I think that is that. Now I will have to double check next week because there are some uncapped larvae in here, so I'm probably a really good idea to check again next week. There's no eggs or larvae in here, so that will do. I think that will do for the top box. Just get frame 2 back in. No larvae or eggs in this one. So there's a few charged emergency cells in there. Again, I've used smoke just to at the top. I haven't put any in the entrance, so other than the first set of smoke that I put in the hive, I haven't done anything else. So I'm going to get something to cover these 2 holes here, and I'll be right back. So here I just have an insulated envelope. Just going to use that for covering the top of these here. Just to keep them from getting up. I think a piece of slate or something would be better, but I think that'll do, keeping them in anyway. Let us know what you think about that, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. I'm going to put the lid back on. Okay, so we've gone through the top box. We did find a couple of charged cells. They weren't capped over, but they did have, like I say, charged cells with royal jelly and larvae in there. So we've taken them down. The next 2 boxes are honey supers with a queen excluder in between. So I'm not expecting there to be any eggs or larvae in there. So I've just put this on a little stand down here. We can have a little look at these, but yeah, just wax foundation. Starting to draw out a little bit, not really. These can both go as well. And wow. So then we're down to this here. This is the new brood box which we put in. This is the new brood box which we added last week when we did the demo. Already looks like we've got quite a few bees down here. So let's have a closer look. It's not coming off easily. Again, I've not used any extra smoke yet. The weather is not ideal for this hive inspection today. Let's have a little look what's going on in here. I'm not crushing any bees, but okay, they're starting to build some wax here, which I don't want, so I'm going to get rid of that straight away. Just place it down here somewhere. Some waggle dances going on in here. Just scraping this, I think they call it beer comb, excess comb. Let's put it on top of the frame here, and obviously that's no good for me because it's just going to mean I'm killing bees. So it'd be nice to see the queen down here, but as long as we can see signs of the queen, that'll be fine. So these two outside frames, we have just, this was 100% wax foundation last week, 6 days ago, and these two outside frames are still wax foundation. And then we move into frame 3, and I've stuck that to frame 4. What do you suggest here, guys? Take that down. I feel bad because there's a lot of hard work to put into that. However, it's just gonna potentially kill the queen when I'm pulling the frames out, and I don't want to risk it. I need to start keeping these little bits of wax. But for the time being, I think I'll just put them in the bottom of the hive. Maybe they can reuse it. Again, so this is 1, 2, 3, frame 4, and it's quite heavy, and it is really full of stores of honey. It's quite heavy. Okay, we're looking for the queen, and this is packed full of stores. Some drones in here as well. They've fully drawn out this comb, this wax foundation, which was just wax foundation last week. Just giving a little blow there. Bee bread in the middle, and it's quite a heavy frame. Bee bread in the middle, and stores around the outside. I'm keeping an eye out for the queen, but I don't think she's on this one. As long as we see signs of the queen today, I think we'll be happy here. So just looking to see eggs, or at least larvae. On to the next frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, frame 5. So this is smack bang in the middle of the brood nest now, and it is absolutely rammed with bees in here. 1, 2, 3. There's a good 4 full frames of bees in here. In fact, I'm going to try this. frame grip. See how we get on with it. Okay, lots of pearly white larvae in here. Ooh, I'm going to drop that frame with these. I'm not sure I like these grips. Lots and lots of pearly white larvae in the centre. Oh, there's a cut here. Not charged. Nothing in it. And then we've got pearly white larvae in the middle and stores around it, stores around the outside. And it's absolutely packed full of bees, that frame. I don't think I like these. I gave it a go. I didn't give it much of a go, to be fair, but I did give it a go. Okay, next frame. Oh. Again, I haven't used any more smoke. Bees flying out at me here. I might just give them a little bit more smoke now, just to clear them off the lugs, just so I can actually get my hands on the frames. I am conscious I'm trying to use minimal smoke on these bees. That's kind of my goal in life. And this is really heavy. Loads of cat brood in here. How do you feel, guys, about blowing on the frames lightly just to clear the bees off instead of using smoke? I have cat stores around the outside, cat brood in the middle. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very heavy. Absolutely full of bees. Pollen coming in. Quite a few drones. Let's get this back in. Use my hive tool here just to separate these out a bit. Again, it's not essential to see the queen, but it would be nice. She is marked green. There she is. There's our queen, bottom right hand corner. I'm not going to spend too much time on here. I will try and get a little shot for the camera. Hopefully you can see her there, but I'm not going to dwell on it too much. She's there. She's looking great. And that for me, oh, there's one more frame. I might as well have a look just in case there is swarm cells on there. However, not really seeing any signs of swarm cells yet. I believe swarm cells are normally on the bottom of the frame, and they are really working hard for this queen. giving her loads of space to lay. Just blowing bees off the frame. And here, lots of pollen or bee bread. Just make sure they're not making anything on the bottom there, but I don't think they are. No. Nothing on here to worry about. And then it is just foundation. But just look at how many bees are in this bottom box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With, you know, a lot of bees in the top. Now, where was that queen? She's over here. I really don't want to crush this queen. That's the thing. So I've seen the queen. She's fine now, but I've still got to put this box back together. Is she going to be fine by the time I finish doing that? Other than pulling everything out again to find out, there's not really a way of knowing until next week. Oh, there's an undertaker bee here in that left corner here, look. Taking out a dead bee. Hopefully it's not one I've just crushed. All in all, these bees are looking fantastic. Was it the right decision to do the demarré? I'm still not sure. However, there's no signs of swarm cells. There's plenty of bees. There's loads of bees in the new brood box with loads of cap brood. There's bees in the honey supers, starting to draw that out. So to be honest, I don't really know if it was the right decision to be doing the demarré. I'm sure I'll get lots of advice, tips and hints in the comments. Please leave them, guys. Really appreciate it every time. And then we've got our 2 honey supers going back on. The weather for the next few days is not great. However, it's not horrendous either. Now obviously I can't feed these bees anymore. This top box is quite heavy. Alright, it's got the lid on, but still. So we've completed our inspection of Hive 1. I've tried to keep it as brief as possible. I've not messed around too much with getting shots for the channel. I just wanted to get in there and make sure everything was okay. So all in all, I'm really happy with it. There's about 5 good, really packed frames of bees in the new brood box with lots of eggs and lots of larvae in there. And I saw the queen. She's looking fantastic, even though she is mighty green due to my bad marking skills. Got the 2 honey supers, so still got the queen excluder on. 2 honey supers, which they're just starting to draw out. In the top box here was the original brood box. We went through it, we've shaken the bees off the centre frames to check for any emergency cells. We did find some charged queen cups. So I'm glad we found them and we've taken them down. Nothing too much to worry about in this hive, but I will be double checking this top brood box for any more emergency queen cells, as there was still some uncapped larvae The uncapped larvae was quite old. However, I think they still could attempt to do some emergency queen cells from them. So guys, time for a little look at Hive 2, but just for a quick recap, we have Hive 2 on a brood and a half. I put a queen excluder on, and I have one honey super on. Now I think that was all done about 6 days ago as well. I'm not sure if it's been recorded for a video, but that's how we're looking. So we have a brood and a half, queen excluder, honey super. So let's get into this now. Thankfully the day is brightening up really well. What do these people at the Met Office know? They said it was going to be raining, potential storms. Anyway, so here at Hive 2, we're on a brood and a half with a queen excluder and a honey super. So let's get into this now. Okay, and that's pretty standard. Like I keep mentioning, I'm really going to try and keep the smoke down to a minimal. But let's see how we get on. The roof's off. Wow, and there's a lot of bees in here. Quite a lot of moisture in the lid. And this is what we're looking at. Crown board is just a piece of plastic. So we'll remove this. We will keep an eye out for the queen, however she should be below a queen excluder. Oh, not the best one to stand up, that one. And let's have a little look into the hive. Let's see how we're getting on here. So this is all just foundation. So it's just plastic frames rolled in beeswax, and they don't seem to have even touched this up here so far. Another frame out. No, they've not drawn out a single cell on this by the looks of things. Okay, there's a few bees up here, but not really much going on. I mean, I only put it on 5 or 6 days ago, so I wasn't really expecting a huge amount of bees, a huge amount of frames drawn out, but I was hoping they would have made a start, to be honest. But it doesn't look like they've made any start on drawing out any frames in this top honey super. And then we have our queen excluder. And unfortunately they've just started attaching some comb to this. Oh, amateur hour here again. Where's my hive tool? Okay, so take 2. Oh, amateur hour. Got my hive tool. Well, I put it down just over there, and I should have had it before I opened this hive up, surely. But there we go. Now I'm just trying to remove this comb from here. Oh. Just checking for the queen, because this is the top of the brood box. Can't see her on the queen excluder. She is marked. She's marked green. There, in case any guys want to get in. And yeah, they've not made a huge start on this top of this box. This is top. This is a honey super which we're using for the brood and a half. It's the outside frame, and as you can see, absolutely nothing on there. bee bridge there that they're making. I think that's really cool, man. Okay, so just starting to draw out frame 3. Again, I've not even used a single puff of smoke in this yet. And they're just starting to draw this out. Just starting to draw this out here. And wow, they've really made a good start on this side. We've just drawn it out and started filling it with pollen. Lovely fresh white wax on there. Now we're getting into frame 4. Oh, there's our queen. There's our queen on there. Again, don't know if you can see her. The weather's not great, so I'm not going to keep her up for too long. But she is really big, and this frame is. I don't know if you can see the eggs on there, but this frame is lots. It's just absolutely packed. So I'd say top quarter here is got top third along there, or quarter, has got stores, and then everything else has got eggs in. And the same on the other side, eggs and young larvae in here. So she started on this one a bit earlier. She started on this one first. You can see the queen again. There she is, still on the frame. So I'll get her back in. Great, we've seen the queen. Not essential to see the queen every inspection, but obviously really nice to see her. I'm just gently pulling that in. So that's frame 4, and it is both sides full of eggs, with one side of the frame a bit of larvae on. Not sure if I prefer this hive tool or the other one yet. I think so far it's done quite well. Here we got eggs all around the edge here on the left hand side. We've got stores on the right hand side, and then some cap brood in the middle. Just blow that off. Look at the colour, really white young wax and really pearly white larvae in there, just starting to be capped. So brood in all stages on this one, and on the other side exactly the same. This is rammed full of, this is absolutely packed full of eggs and full of larvae. Just look at that. A little bit of glistening stores on the right hand side, then cap brood in the middle, and then as we go out, young larvae here, and then eggs on the edge. So again, this queen is doing a really good job for us. I mean, again the same on this. Eggs on the edge, moving into larvae in the middle. Oh, it's really warming up today as well. It's really nice weather now. Loads of pearly white larvae moving out to eggs on the edge. So brood, eggs and brood in all stages on here, with a small bit of nectar stores on the outside. Look at these bees in here. I'm not seeing any signs of swarming yet. Really need to get used to using these hive tools properly. Again, oh, there's a cup there. Cup there with an egg in it, not much else. I will be taking that down though. And this queen is laying up a storm all along here. So here's the cup here. I'm just gonna there's an egg in it, no royal jelly, so I'm gonna take it down anyway. And again, loads of eggs, bit of honey on the outside. A little cell on the bottom here. I mean, all in all, full of eggs in every cell in various stages, some standing up, some laying down, and then larvae in there, and some cat larvae on the bottom. Out to frame 8. Eggs here on the left hand side. How many eggs can this queen lay? Eggs here on the left hand side, moving into from the halfway mark stores, and lots of stores, lots of pollen. And then on the bottom here, queen cups here. Doesn't seem to be anything in them. However, let's have a closer look. I think I'm being a little bit hasty taking these potential swarm cells down, as I do want to be making splits this year. I want to end the season with 3 full-size hives and 3 nucleus colonies. So yeah, I might be being a bit hasty. This one I just started to draw out a little bit. Nothing on the other side, and then the outside frame. Absolutely nothing. Put this one on the outside now, and then move this back over, and then place back in. This was the outside frame. I've moved it into position 2, so it was position 1, now it's position 2. So we found a queen in the top box. I mean, just look at all these bees. This is the top of the second brood box, and just look how many there is. They're absolutely flying. How are we looking? Still recording? Good. Try and get this queen excluder back on. Just gently. And what a good job these bees seem to be doing for us. I'm going to leave that there for now. So next, obviously, we've got the bottom brood box to go through. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the queen excluder on this, which is our honey super, and then, because I know the queen is in this box, then I'm going to put this on top of the queen excluder. So hopefully, I mean, obviously the queen can still get out, but she can't go down into our honey supers, or a honey super even. And then let's have a look at this. This is our original brood box, and it is rammed full of bees. Absolutely rammed. Every frame is packed full of bees in here. Now, if there is start of swarm cells here, I might start thinking about a different way of dealing with them and not just taking them down. So I do want to make splits this year. So next year we're off to next year we'll have some more hives to work with. I'm trying to take out frame 1 here. That's never the best frame to take out, is it? Let's take out frame 2. Tends to be a better frame to take out first. There's bees all over the show here. I think I'm just going to use a tiny bit of smoke. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not being that aggressive, to be honest. I think I might have to. I can't even get my hands on the frames here. Again, so original. This is frame 2. Absolutely lovely frame of brood. Stores around the outside. Wow, look at that for a frame of brood. That is another level. See, I'll have to get a camera shot on that one. All capped over brood in here, with some stores on the outside. But wow, look at that brood. Little bit of bee bread or pollen in there. But that is an absolutely cracking frame of brood. What a laying pattern. honeybees getting a... Again, this is frame 1, the outside frame, and it is packed full of nectar. Really heavy frame. Just look at that, it's just all pretty much nectar and very, very heavy. Let me get that back in. Look how many bees there are in this box, and with all that cap brood as well, you can just imagine how wow, another frame. Fantastic brood. Another frame of cap brood, some drone brood there, and then just fresh, absolutely fresh caps on there, freshly capped brood in there. And wow, look at the brood pattern here. Got a few cups on, but you know, I want to be making splits this year, so I'm just going to leave them. They're not elongated and they're not capped, so I'm not going to worry about them. Moving into frame 4. A lot of cap brood in here. A lot of cap brood. Yeah, loads of just cap brood the same. Bee bread in the middle. Just stores around the outside. I'll show for the camera here. So cap brood, lots of bee bread, loads of bee bread, more cap brood, and then some drone brood towards the outside. Very much the same on the other side. Very much the same on the other side. Loads of pollen and bee bread, loads of cap brood. And these are literally boiling over in here. The weather's only just warming up. The sun is shining. seeing any eggs or larvae in here. This looks like it's a really good frame of bee bread and pollen. That's what we've got on the other side. Very much the same. Bee bread, pollen, and that's pretty much it really. So this is frame 5, which is smack bang in the centre of the brood nest. This hive was looking really honey bound when we added the second brood box. So I think they just haven't moved that. I think they just haven't moved that. I think I might just start using a little bit of smoke here. It's getting a little bit. If I've got them. Okay, smoke is lit now. Just going to give it a few little puffs. Just to drive them down a little bit. It's just getting a little bit crazy. I can't do anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what I said we were on? I'm just gonna have another. Oh, that's handy. And a little bit on the tool there. I've smoked them down. Not really made any difference. They're all back up again. They're not overly aggressive. Wow, massive pollen baskets on that bee there. So what we're looking at here, again, loads of pollen, loads of bee bread. I think that's probably the same one I just looked at, isn't it? Oh, it's a cup down here. A couple of cups down here. That one doesn't seem to have anything in it yet. Again, lots of cap brood in here. Because if I recall last week, the centre of the hive was a bit honey bound and the queen had moved out to frames 8, 9 and 10 to start laying in. But here, loads of cap brood. Makes a big difference with a brood and a half going through the frames. It feels like more than twice as long. Like I say, this is not the best weather. Overcast, sunny spells, but really not the best day for an inspection. Few cups. Again, here we've got got some bee bread, cat brood, young larvae on the outside ring here. Young larvae on the outside ring there. Same on the other side. Yep, same on the other side. Cat brood in the middle. Pollen, bee bread, bit of stores on the outside, and young larvae and eggs. This queen has been so busy. What an absolute legend of a queen. She's just a laying machine. She's the green queen laying machine. Probably edit that out. So this queen, like I say though, phenomenal queen. And I knew the buckfast bees were prolific at expansion, but I mean, look at this, all cat brood here. All cat brood around here. Few little bit of stores in the middle, but again, this queen is turbocharged. Frame 9 now. Oh, very heavy frame. Mostly stores in here, bit of drone brood, very heavy though, very, sorry guys, drop the frame there, oh no, well, the first time for that, first time dropping a frame. Have you guys ever dropped a frame? Feel really bad about it. However, it's a learning curve, that's for sure. Just take a breath. It's okay. What an idiot. Yeah, I don't blame you girls, I'd be angry if someone smashed my house up as well. Another cup on there, nothing in it. All in all, very good. There's a load of wax that started pouring out on the wall here. Just going to get rid of that. Get this frame back in. I think I've bothered these bees enough today, and to be fair, so far I haven't got the hive together yet, but so far they've been an absolute pleasure to work with, especially considering these weather conditions. Pretty confident shouldn't really be doing inspections today. Overcast, 15 or so degrees. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on girls, out the way. 10. Yeah, look at these girls, they're not very happy. However, the aggression level could be a lot worse, I'm sure. I think I'm going to get this. I think I'm going to get the dummy board back in here. There's such a gap here. I mean, there's like an inch gap down there. You see that? Tell me what you guys think. It's definitely need a. If I don't put a dummy board in there, they are definitely going to be drawing comb in there. Now, fortunately, the queen is in the. We know the queen was last seen in the top box. So guys, that's the inspection of Hive 2 complete. We went through both brood boxes and we managed to see the queen as well. We saw eggs, brood in all stages, with plenty of stores of pollen and capped and uncapped honey. We saw some queen cups. I took a few of them down, but then realised I do want to make some splits this year, so I've left a couple of queen cups intact and I'll be checking up on them next week. Unfortunately, I did drop a frame today. It was mostly honey, so hopefully I haven't caused too much damage to the hive, and the girls will forgive me. Have you guys ever dropped a frame? Let us know your funny stories in the comments. So yeah, Hive 2 complete. Really happy with the colony. Loads of capped brood in there, so once that emerges, there's going to be a huge expansion yet again in this hive. We saw some queen cells, which I've left intact. We'll check up on them next week. We may be looking at making some splits next week. All in all, I'm really happy with the progress of both hives, and that's me done here until next week. Well guys, that's me done here at the Honey Herd Apiary today. If you've enjoyed watching and you'd like to follow along this journey, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.